happening? What's going on? It's me, Brian B. We got some sponsorships as well as partnerships here at the Beeline Entertainment LLC, and I want you to check them out right now. Let's go! People, check out Upsurge Magazine. That's right, brand new magazine hitting the scene, and it's got a whole bunch of content creators and news and information and important people that you need to know about. That's right, supporting businesses and all. We gonna talk about it. Upsurge Magazine, check them out today. People, make sure that you go ahead and check out the Beeline Entertainment Stuff and Things shop. We got all merchandise that you're looking for, everything to promote the show. That's right, from hats to glasses to cups to sweatshirts to t-shirts, you name it. Boys, girls, babies, whoever wants to show off that they love watching the Beeline Entertainment LLC. We can't wait to see you in your brand new gear. Come on and check it out today. Let's go! Yo, check it out. It's Thursday night, and we back in the building, baby, because listen, if you forgot, people, it's me, Brian B, back in the place to be. It's the Beeline Entertainment, baby. We back at it. Thank you guys so much for rocking with us, man. Listen, the Beeline Entertainment is officially, I know I shouldn't say this because I'm going to make the other shows jealous, but this is my favorite show, bro. I love doing this show. So much great conversations I have. You know, of course, my co-host Kyle comes in the building and he brings up the talk conversation and we talk this stuff, man. And it's so much fun, bro. I know you guys are enjoying it. And I'm really glad to be back in the seat. But enough for all that emotional shit, because we got a show for y'all tonight, man. We're going to be talking about some really interesting topics as well as a watch list. We got a brand new watch list for you. We've been watching some TV. We've been watching some shows. We've been watching some movies. But I really hope you guys get engaged with the conversation. If you haven't already, head on over to YouTube and like and share and subscribe. Go ahead and do all that YouTube stuff so you can know when we come. And even hit that little bell, you know, for the notifications so you know when we coming on and everything. It'll tell you exactly when. But yo, we got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. I hope I got all my stuff queued up because, yo, we live. Let's go! Y'all see it. Y'all seen it. Yeah. Listen, bro. Let's go ahead and jump right into the show because we got a lot to talk about. Like I said, bringing to the stage, we got your boy. He's been in the building for a while, man. Yo, check it out. We on episode 52 of the ENT show, man. We've had an amazing time doing this show. And yo, it's crazy that we're kind of just beginning because it's a brand new show we got going on for y'all. But yo, without further ado, he's on A for Able podcast. He's talking to some amazing people with some amazing stories. It's been a great time. I've been sharing them. Make sure you go check him out. His information is in the description below. Mr. Kyle, hey, what up, E?
Good.
Chilling, man. Yo, I hope I'm not. I know my stuff is clicking off a little bit. Hopefully, everything isn't messing up. I was trying to share and do stuff while I was, playing other clips and everything. But that's life. Yeah. You know, it happens sometimes. What up, Kyle?
Yeah. I'm all right. How about yourself?
Doing all right, bro. Back at it. Back in the building. Yo, looking forward to tonight's episode. We're gonna be talking about a lot of interesting stuff tonight. I mean, it's gonna be really, really good. Yo, have you how you like the new setup, man? You got the new background and everything, popping off?
I'm digging it. No, I'm digging it. I like it. Yeah, no, man, I like it.
Moving up in the world, But
Ah.
yeah, we were supposed to be on last week, guys. I was actually on. You guys know I do the 11:30 Beyond 11:30 show on with Dre on Wheels on the 11:30 podcast, and I do that before I do the entertainment show every week. But we just wrapped up the season over there, so we will be officially back at 9 o'clock on Thursday nights from now on. And but last week we had it was some bad weather, man. Power kept going out and shit, so we had to postpone this show. But we got it for tonight. Kyle, what you been up to, man? I've been seeing you and moving up with the podcast yourself, bro. What's been going on?
And try it. Look, I'm trying to hold myself accountable for when I'm trying to set up interviews and stuff, right? So I ended up with 3 great ones. I got more coming up, and in the middle of editing one of the longer ones, I was like, I gotta make some shorts out of these because they were like just the conversation itself. I was right in the middle of editing. I was like, hold pause, make some shorts of this first section right here because the first 30 minutes were crazy. I was like, okay, let me just get in promo mode for a little bit here, and then finish the editing. Next thing I know, a client of mine, because I work with people, right? They were like, hey, are you available on this day, this time? I'm like, word, let's do this, right? So I ended up at a basketball tournament for like 5 hours and interviewing players and stuff. And
that's fire, man.
That was it was a kind of stop the violence event.
Okay.
It was the second. Yeah, I believe it was the second year. Shout out to the Born to Hoop organization for putting it together. And it was the first time in a while I had watched a basketball game or a sports game of like any kind since my little brother's into football, right?
Okay.
It's been a while since I watched a game, and it was nuts, absolutely nuts. And my client was getting his kids into it. They were interviewing the players and stuff. And it was just a good time. Altogether, it was a good time.
Yeah, I really like the idea. I like the idea that I'm saying more now. I'm even having the idea myself to start branching out, man. I want to get out a little bit more. I want to start meeting people around me locally, man. We all meet each other and we know each other for a while now. And we not even neighbors, nowhere near neighbors, Right. But I kind of want to start meeting a couple more people just to get the name across and see whether business ventures we can start messing with and lock into those areas. Yeah, man. So that's awesome, bro. Congratulations, man. Keep killing it. I'm watching your content. Every time I see something, I'm posting it and shit. So
appreciate that. Really appreciate
always, bro. Yeah, we gotta keep following each other, man. But guys, please go check out Kyle, man. His information is in the description of the show, and you'll be able to see what he's working on outside of the ENT show, man. But Kyle, man, so I've been trying to figure out how we're going to structure the show that makes the most sense, because I know we definitely got these topics and we have great conversations, and I want to start getting back into some of the stuff that's going on. So guys, I want to share with you and Kyle as well, some new ideas I've been thinking about, kind of share them out loud. Of course, we have our topics and our segments that we do here. One is, of course, the watch list, baby. Now, just to kind of give everybody security on what you're watching. When we do the watch list, man, the watch list is basically movies and TV shows or commercials, whatever. Could be a trailer, for a new movie like we just saw today, which we'll talk about a little bit. There's a lot of stuff going on, so we watch it and then we put it on the watch list, and then when it's on the watch list, we tell you about it, and then you can go ahead and go watch it, or we post it in the Facebook chat if you're on there following us, or on TikTok or wherever we got it. But that's the watch list, man. We got some movies for you today. Also, we have the we have the top 5, of course. The top 5, top 5 gonna be fun today, guys. We have the top 5 favorite fictional weapons. Now, these are gonna be the ones that if you want, whatever ones you like the most. And I have a feeling, Kyle, a lot of our times we get these questions, we usually have matching ones, but I feel like today
we have overlap usually.
Yeah. we probably gonna have completely different questions on this episode. I feel like
I think this one might be different.
Yeah, I think it's definitely gonna be a little different. But Yeah, so we got the top five. The top fives are going to be weekly, man. We're going to have, top five favorite soda, top five favorite math homework. I don't know, whatever. Like, we're just going to talk some shit. And it's going to be a lot of fun for you guys to play at home. But also we got a new one. We got of course, a new meaning to one. We always just do the recommendations. These are shows that we've watched maybe in the past. These are stuff that we music songs we listen to, music videos, whatever. But we're gonna have that led by Kyle. Kyle gonna be taking over recommendations. He'll give you some for the week, whatever he's into or whatever he's watching or checking out. Man, he's gonna let you, because he does that for me. And I've been checking out some of the shows that Kyle's been giving me recently, and they've been pretty good, man. So, I think he's got some taste over there, and see if you guys can get into it as well.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, sir, man. God, we're gonna be doing some big shit over here, bro. But let's go ahead and jump right into it, man. We're gonna kick things off today because I want to get into the conversation. The conversation is actually pretty fun today. But let's go ahead and jump right into the watch list. That's right, we back with the watch list, baby. It's back. So today we definitely going to be talking about an interesting topic. But before we do that, I've watched a couple of things.
Real quick.
Yeah, sure.
Quick. You ate that opening graphic.
Man, you liked it, yo?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm really trying to put a lot of work back into the show, man. Not that I haven't been putting work, but I'm really trying to get back behind the seat. My ass is sore. I've been sitting on this damn chair for so long for these last couple of days, man. Really trying to get back into this work. But thank you, bro. I appreciate it, man. I'm telling you right now, I want to be on cable or some shit. But guys, listen, we got a couple movies we're gonna talk about. Actually, we have a couple shows we're gonna talk about. Two shows off of Netflix, believe it or not. And Kyle, I sent you the show. Did you see them yet, or have you not got a chance to see them?
I watched the first 3 episodes of the Devil May Cry series.
Got you. Okay. Yeah. So the first one we're going to talk about, guys, is going to be on Netflix. It's an anime show, and I'm actually interested to talk about this because it's not my genre, really, yo. But I'm really, really feeling Devil May Cry on Netflix, man. Like, Netflix is 2 for 2 with having me interested in anime, because first it was the Terminator series, which was phenomenal. Yeah, Terminator 0, I think it was. And then it was now this Devil May Cry. So what you think of the first couple episodes that you watched?
Okay, first off, I was following this before, right? Like, this was announced. Okay. This was announced years ago. Like, we were still in the middle of the pandemic when this joint was announced, right? And they had already had a Devil May Cry anime some years ago. So I was kind of not skeptical, but curious as to how it was going to turn out. Plus, the people behind it, made the Castlevania show. So, So, and as someone who is not that well versed in the Devil May Cry world of the video game, I have friends that are. I myself, so I felt like I was going in 100% fresh. And next thing you know, I see the promos and I'm hearing Limp Bizkit. I'm like, okay, hold on.
That's just crazy. That was crazy, yeah.
Like, what's going on with this soundtrack? I forgot that like when they first put out the trailers, first thing I saw was Limp Bizkit, and I'm like, Limp Bizkit. They got Evanescence to come out with a new single for this, and then and then as you go along, I'm hearing just music that would have been on my playlist out stuff
in like 2000, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you got the licenses for all these songs? Freaking Papa Roach and freaking
I can't remember everything that was on there. It was a lot. There was a lot. Papa Roach on there. Roland from Limp Bizkit is like the entrance.
Limp Bizkit. Evanescence has a new song up there, and then you have Rage Against the freaking Machine. Like, okay,
Rage Against the Machine. Yep, they got a lot of shit
all
on there.
Of these songs fit, but I wasn't expecting to hear all like back to back to back. But as far as the story, this gave me like adult animation right now is eaten. Okay, like if
it
you
is
are
really well.
like if you're a fan of action cartoons, here's one right here. If you're a fan of action cartoons and you're a fan of this game, I would definitely recommend watching it. The voice acting, okay. The voice acting.
Okay.
You got Johnny Young Bosch, aka the second Black Ranger. Okay, aka
I didn't know that's who it was.
Yeah,
Adam from Power Rangers.
Yeah, Adam from the Power Rangers.
Crazy.
He's been doing
I didn't know it was him.
acting. Yeah, he's been doing voice acting for decades at this point, bro. Like he's done so much.
Okay.
He's done so much anime. His roster is crazy. But not only do you have him, but you also got okay. You got Kevin Conroy.
Yo, listen, hold on, bro. Yo, Kyle, when I tell you, I was watching this fucking show, and every time the vice president guy, every time he talked, I'm like, why the fuck does he sound like Batman? And the only reason I didn't put it together was because I know Kevin Conroy passed away and shit.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Bro, that's crazy. I knew that was fucking him. That's crazy how those voices lock in your head, man.
That's him playing the vice president in this like
I'm like that's Batman, bro.
Way before he died. But it's
that
like hearing them together. Hearing them together is nuts, and hearing him with that, with that voice, because that's like his natural speaking voice. But but if you know Batman, that's him, right?
That is so crazy. I never looked it up. I was just hearing it, and I was like, "Damn, that's Batman right there." I'm like, "But it can't be because he passed." That's crazy, yo, Kyle. I wanted to say real quick because this shit is really good, yo. But I don't know, you're cutting in really hard. Like I don't know if everybody's hearing everything you're saying. You're cutting in and out. I don't know if it's your connection. You want to try to restart or something like that, and I'll send you back in.
Yeah.
See if that helps out a little bit, because it's starting to cut in and out kind of bad.
Gotcha. I'll be right back.
No problem. But guys, that's crazy that Kyle said that, because literally, like, I was sitting there saying to myself every time I was watching Devil May Cry, like, that's Batman, yo. But I didn't think it was him because, shout out to Kevin Conroy, man, because that's amazing, yo. I just knew his voice from playing Batman, and just to have that kind of connection with him is crazy. But yeah, if you have a chance, man, definitely check this show out. A lot of action. I mean, the story's pretty decent. They're trying to tell the story. If you are a Devil May Cry fan, which is a really good game. I remember when Devil May Cry first came out, of course, from Capcom, everybody was playing Resident Evil. That was the game. But then, Devil May Cry came out, and I remember everybody was interested in it. This sounds really stupid, but I'm telling you right now, it was a thing. Everybody was interested in it because in Resident Evil, you can't jump. And like everybody was like, I remember people literally just saying, "Yo, oh, you can jump. Oh, I can jump now in this game." All right, Kyle's back. Let's see if everything works out. All right, Kyle, how's it working?
1, 2. Can you hear me?
I think we're good. All right, we're gonna rock now. Awesome,
okay,
bro.
Cool.
I was just saying, I definitely was a Devil May Cry kid. Like I enjoyed the game. It came right after Resident Evil, and one of the things I remembered was people were excited because with Dante's character, unlike Resident Evil characters, you couldn't jump. You couldn't do like melee and stuff like that. So we were excited to be able to use the guns and to use the sword and jump and everything like that. So his character had more diversity or whatever. And also it was a pretty good story. Like, Devil May Cry was a pretty good game, especially if you got into the later Devil May Cries. Like the third one is one of my favorites. Third or fourth, the third and fourth ones when you were introduced to Nero or whatever his name is, or the other guy, whoever he was, with the arm, the dragon arm or whatever. Yeah, that shit was fire, bro.
And I got friends that have been following that for years, right?
Yeah.
And they made sure in this show to put Capcom references every freaking where. You just gotta know where to find it.
Yeah. Yeah, they had a lot.
Or they'll even mention, like, I think they mentioned Raccoon City at some point. Like Dante was in Raccoon City on a mission at some point.
They did. Yeah, they dropped. It was like a lot of Easter eggs. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
it was good, man. It's a really good show. I mean, I definitely recommend if you're an anime fan, if you're a Devil May Cry fan, and I definitely recommend to Netflix. Please keep doing more of this, man. I don't know why, like apparently we are getting a new Resident Evil movie, and they said the people who made
Yeah.
Resident Evil 4 are going to be
Yeah.
involved in making this one. I really
Hmm.
hope that it's good because I'm seeing all these awesome TV shows. Can we just get a decent Resident Evil, man? I mean, even a damn anime. Like, why can't we just get a decent one,
Oh,
bro?
that's up there.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah.
I haven't
Look.
seen anything.
Yeah, look it up. Look it up on Netflix. The people behind the people behind the game, they did an actual show. Well, more like a. It was more like a. It felt more like a movie. It felt more like they took cutscenes from the game and did their and put a whole new story to it. You
I
know.
think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, they had a couple of those kind of movies or whatever. I would
Mhm.
like if they did something kind of like how they did Devil May Cry and Terminator. Like, I
Mm.
feel like Resident Evil has enough lore, man. You can definitely like make an incredible series out of it.
I no, I agree. I agree.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, man.
they're
But check
on.
it
Yeah,
out.
they're on long enough.
Yeah, check it out, guys. It's definitely been an amazing, that's definitely a great show. Another one we're gonna jump into that's on the watch list this week is we have Black Mirror, baby, season 7. This is another phenomenal show for all Black Mirror fans. If you are a fan, it is a series on Netflix. Very virtual, very futuristic. Like it gives great depictions, very realistic depictions of like future type of lifestyles and stuff like that.
And it's an
And
anthology series, right? Like not everything's connected.
yo, listen, I don't know if it is because or if it's not connected because I think they kind of painted the picture with this season
Yeah.
that is a lot of connection throughout all the stories. And
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
people are starting to put it together and I mean it's really cool, man. Like the one thing I would say about Black Mirror, have you seen it, Kyle?
I have never seen an episode of Black Mirror. I just know that, like, I
Recommendation
just
right there.
know about it, and some people are comparing it to. This is one of those shows that they're comparing to real life.
Yes, for
The
real.
the further technology, you know, progresses, the more people start comparing it to this show and other shows. Obviously, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, it's
So
very realistic, man. There's a lot of stuff that comes from it that you can see, like even on the trajectory that we're on. Like it seems like, man, I can see this happening soon. Like I can see
mhm.
all of this stuff, like maybe being real life in a couple of years or whatever. Like even
Mm.
just like like this episode right here, not to say too much, I'm just kind of just letting you know about it. But it's like
Mhm.
basically this is like an older movie, and they find a way to like like to like put in newer characters. I mean, they're kind of doing shit like that now with AI effects and stuff like that or whatever, like digital effects where you're digitally putting Terminator's face when he was young and shit like that, and he's in fucking he can be the Terminator again. Like literally they can keep Arnold Schwarzenegger for the rest of their life. Really, they don't even got
Yeah.
to get a new character anymore. They get the same Batman. All they need is their likeliness and that's it.
That's
So
all
it's
they.
like,
Well, that's why like people now are. That's in their contracts. Like
yeah,
you got,
yep,
and you can opt out of it, but there are people that have opt in. Like for example, James Earl Jones, the voice of voice of Mufasa and the voice of Darth Vader.
Darth Vader.
He had put in his contract that they can keep his voice, using his voice for future Star Wars projects. You know,
It's crazy,
so
man.
as long as you have permission, it's still crazy. But my thing is like if you're just out here stealing people's likenesses and stealing people's voices and saying, "Oh, it was in their contract," they should no. Have a actual conversation with them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. The
So
fact the fact that they put in stuff in these contracts that are just like things of that nature, I don't know,
yeah,
man. I don't know how it goes for like these people. I would just think that if I was a voice actor, just to think that I can do one thing. I mean, as long as I'm is a way that I'm getting a check from the shit, I'm
yeah,
good. You know what I'm saying? Like or my
no,
family, you know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly,
yeah, you
exactly.
gotta have some kind of residuals or whatever. But if you just
Hmm.
are able to use my shit for the rest of the time on this one project, and that's how it works, then yeah, I can find I see why they be protesting and stuff like that.
Exactly.
But Yeah, Black Mirror was really good, man. It's a very interesting show. This is season 7 at this point. All the seasons, they don't have like 12 or 13 episodes. It's like 5 or 6 episodes. But the thing I liked
But
about
are the
this
episodes
one,
long? Are they? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
no, you're good. It's not that they're long. They're like I would say like 40 minutes, like a regular show.
Okay. Okay.
Nothing too crazy. I think the last one was like an hour and a half. It was more like a movie.
Mm,
Um, but I like the fact that this one kind of went back to its roots. Like it did kind of piggyback off of some of the previous episodes that they've had. That's why I'm saying, like, I think it kind of does tie in, and it's telling
mm,
like a long story if you watched all of it.
yep.
But yeah, it's really interesting. They didn't go the route of like having all the super celebrities like they did the one season where it was just like it was more focused on the celebrities than the stories, and the stories weren't as engaging to me in
Mm,
the 6th season. So
mm.
this one kind of told better stories. There's one episode there with the actor Paul Giamatti, I think is his
Giamatti?
name.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that yeah, he's like the Italian guy. He's like he plays like the short loudmouth guy sometimes or whatever. He was Rhino and Amazing Spider-Man.
Uh-huh.
Bro, the episode is like it's not super like crazy or anything, but it's just really well done. And when me and my wife were watching it, like he basically kind of like is trying to figure out a person by looking at pictures, and he kind of go into the pictures and like Batman detective work and shit. It's
Mm,
really good, man. But it plays out so well, and a big part of it, I think, is because of him. He's a
mm.
really good actor in it. So yeah, guys, check out Black Mirror on Netflix. Another great show, man. You definitely won't be disappointed. Definitely a nice, easy watch for a weekend.
Dope.
Really, really good. All right, that's the watch list, y'all. We got the watch list. Oh, we getting back on track, Kyle. We
Yep.
doing things the right way and shit now. But yo, listen. So we wanted to talk tonight. One of the first things we wanted to talk about tonight was listen, man, we got a lot of things changing. We talking about Black Mirror, right? Like, one of the things in Black Mirror is they got all this new technology, all these new ways that you can do things and watch things and see things and stuff like that.
Yep.
We're forgetting about the old lifestyle that we all used to live, man.
Mm,
And what's crazy is a lot of the stuff that we used to love is going extinct. That's the best way I can put it, man.
yep.
And I thought about this from a conversation me and Kyle had a while back. And I actually had went to this place and I was looking around and I was noticing, bro, ain't fucking nobody here no more.
Nope.
Do y'all remember the shopping mall? Shopping mall. This is a
Mhm.
place where you went, where most people probably got their first jobs, where people couldn't wait to go at the end of the school day or when they're on a Friday when you was heading to the food court or going
Oh,
to see the
definitely on
pretty
Friday.
girl or
Mm-hmm.
but that was right, Kyle. Like
Definitely,
going to see,
definitely. The mall was the weekend spot.
bro,
You
all the time, bro. That's all I
know,
remember. Meeting the girl, having your friend go talk to the group of girls that's standing in front of the cookie spot or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that was all we did. But listen, man, I went to a mall. Not a couple weeks back it was, and yo, the malls are like a ghost town, bro. There's nobody. All the stores were closed.
mm-hmm.
Like they had a whole bunch of just closed down stores or whatever. You didn't even have a lot of shit.
Yep.
What's happening, bro?
It's the same way over. It's the same way over here. I was trying to like. I heard about this happening. Um, about a year. There was a report about it about a year or so ago, right? And I was telling this to my brother who was doing food deliveries at the time, and he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I was just at a mall, and they asked me to do this and that. And I saw all these people. I'm like, listen, man, it is, things are changing, and
Yeah,
yeah, just like in the comments right here, Amazon took over everyone, where they just want to
bro.
shop online now. Look,
Yeah,
that
that's true.
is a huge reason.
Yeah, man.
Another huge reason is nobody can afford rent. The spaces are
That's another
freaking
reason.
like
Yeah,
the spaces for the stores are
yeah,
too freaking high. You
that's
know,
right.
so you can't justify, and we don't have the clientele you once did. Like I was at the mall with my girlfriend at the end of last month, we went to go see the Looney Tunes movie, The Day the Earth Blew Up, right?
Okay.
And it was her first time at the mall since 2019, right? We're from the same place, but she lives a town, like a few minutes away from me. So
Okay.
so she hasn't been to the Waterbury Mall in a minute, right? So we get there, and that's the only place where the movie theater is now because the other one shut down. We used to have a Regal theater, and that was the big theater inside the mall. We had a separate one, an independent one, but then the Regal shut down because their parent company that was based in the UK, I believe, they were downsizing, so ours got hit, and since then we hadn't had a theater. Then the independent theater that we had took that spot. So I go to the movie theater with my girl, and we're walking around, and I'm like, hey, I'm at the ghost town. We meet each other there. I'm like, yo, I'm at the ghost town. I've been calling it the ghost town forever now, because it's not the same. So many places are being liquidated. So many places are being completely shut down, and it's just not what it was. Amazon is a huge, plays a huge part in that, and time, time just shows that a lot of us would rather be, we're on our phones more. We're not really socializing the same way, nor can we afford the same things anymore. So it's like, can we really justify having these stores in one place? And I honestly feel bad for them. Like Hot Topic just shut down, where
I didn't know that at all.
Like Hot Topic, they were like, everything must go. Liquidating. Right in a few steps down from that was GameStop. We got 2 GameStop locations over here, right?
Yeah.
And while GameStop is still chugging, they are not doing the same business that they once did.
Not at all.
If you look at most of these places, all I see are pop figures, right?
Yeah. Listen, and that is a good point, because like you just said, even with places like GameStop, this is what I wanted to talk about. Like, that's why we have, like, everything we're talking about right now, guys, is all of these forms of entertainment, whatever, however you look at it, however you want to call it, movie theaters, disc-based games, disc-based music, all of this stuff is going towards the dinosaurs, bro, because
everything went digital.
We're saying like, and a lot of people are saying Amazon's, like Chris did in the comments, Amazon, that's just a source. You feel me? Like, that's not really what's happening. What's happening is we live in the age of convenience now. And with the age of convenience, you have the ability to press a button and have the shit sent to you immediately. And to be honest with you, the fucking variety is extremely high. You don't have to sit here and go through a store and be trying on clothes and going in the dressing room and having people taking pictures of your ass and sending it to your job, and you don't gotta fucking run from people shooting up the mall, and it's a lot of factors, bro. And if you put it together, you could be on some conspiracy shit. You could be like, oh, this is all an agenda. It's all the formula. Maybe. Or it's maybe we have just gotten too smart for our own good, and now we're really starting to run into the aspect of the places where we were able to engage social connection, the place where we were able to engage physicality. Like, it's not just bad that you get physical touch on when you grab those game cases and you build a library of them motherfuckers like they books, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's you have that shit forever. But if the power goes out, you don't have nothing. Like a corrupted disc or a corrupted fucking hard drive, you have nothing, bro. Ain't it wild to think of it like that?
It is wild, but everything has an expiration date, right? It's just like before malls, right? Before malls, there were just department stores, right?
Right.
there were department stores. People would go, people would go different places to get get clothes or whatever they need, whatever they needed. Video games were not a thing. So, but then, but then more malls started popping up, and then you see all these places all in one big building, right? But the spectacle is no longer what it once was, and there's no spectacle anymore. Everything is, like you said, it's at a push of a button. Physical media itself is going the way of the dinosaurs, whether it be because they're like, we don't want to, spend time, making these things anymore. Like Sony's no longer, what was it, Sony or another company? They stopped making Blu-ray players, right? And Blu-ray still exists, but now they're becoming more rare. And and DVDs. Apparently, if you got a bunch of Warner Brother DVDs, they're starting to not work anymore. So it's
what?
Oh yeah, certain select films, select DVDs, right? Select DVDs are either they're not working the way they were, or they're corrupted or something. And if you got VHS tapes, look, we remember the VHS tapes, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know people who still have them and watch them and shit. They got machines and everything. Older people, I know a couple of young people who collect them.
Yeah, but those, those are, some of them are starting to corrode. So like everything has a expiration date, but it's hard when you're seeing it in front of your eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it is hard. Like you ever like we're becoming the OGs. Right?
For sure.
Yeah, we are becoming the OGs. But remember when our OGs had their music formats? We remember tapes. We remember videos. But they remember the golden age of vinyl and 8 tracks and and stuff like that for everybody, radio in their car, all that, all that stuff. So now we are going to be the ones telling the stories, and our stories are going to sound even weirder. I swear our stories are going to sound even
because of the way the way everybody is going towards. At least we still had some type of physical media, but now literally everybody, like, just imagine what the future sources is going to be like. Think of some shit and then you're able to just put it into your thing and have it or whatever, like, or it's all wrapped up in the same one little fucking console where you have your cards, your everything, your identification. You get one fucking card and music, everything's in it. 7,000 terabytes or agrobytes, whatever's going to be next.
We laugh, but the more that it's just the only thing that stinks is, especially when it comes to, like, I'm trying to get back into gaming, right? I'm trying to get back into gaming, but everything's so expensive.
Oh yeah, $800 fucking dollars, man.
Yeah, for digital though. For digital.
Yes.
That's not like. Did you see Nintendo's direct presentation recently?
No.
For the Switch 2.
No, I heard some things about it, but I didn't even know they had a presentation.
The Switch. Okay, so what a lot of companies used to do. They used to go to places like the Consumer Electronics Show and then E3. They stopped. E3 has become a dinosaur since the last couple of years. So nobody's really going there anymore. And Nintendo, they have their own things called directs. So if you go to their official YouTube channel or their official websites, they do these sometimes hour long presentations of their new stuff, whether it be new games or new hardware. So they just debuted officially the Switch 2. People were already speculating what it was going to be when they debuted, what the thing was going to look like. But then they which basically looks like a bigger Switch, except the Joy-Cons are magnetic, right? And the screen's bigger.
Let me run and go get one.
Right. And then some months go by, they give us the price of games. Almost $500 for the console. And if you're if you're buying a game, they're saying like a lot of them are gonna be like $80. I'm like,
yeah, that's how it is now. Shit.
Now, I will say this. I remember having expensive games, some like 60 or more, when the average for me was like 30 or was like 30 or 40, and that was like 10, almost 20, like almost 20 years ago. I remember that. What I do not remember is standardized pricing being that expensive.
You know something, Kyle? Let me play a little bit of the advocate, because I gotta be real. You're absolutely right, because the shit is expensive. I got a PS5. I've been rocking with PlayStation and Xbox for a while now. Like, I've had an Xbox 360. Shit, I got it sitting right here. I got a Wii. I got a Wii U. I got all that shit sitting right here. A Game Boy, whatever, fucking flip. Here's the thing, bro. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You break a controller, you break a PlayStation controller, that shit is $100.
Yeah.
The controller, bro. Remember back in the day, your controller stopped working. You can go with a PlayStation or whatever, and you go get a little knockoff. You didn't even get a PlayStation when you get a knockoff, a rock candy or some shit.
Yep.
And then you hook that up, $20, wired controller. And, Wildcat is shit glow in the dark and fucking this big, but you can still play.
Yep.
I love that. But you can't do that shit no more. Now it's like, maybe you'll find a knockoff on Amazon or something like that that'll still be like $70-$60. But the thing is, bro, even though the games are expensive, even though there's definitely a lot, and you aren't really getting hard copies of shit now, they also, with the subscriptions, bro, they actually are worth it, because we have the PlayStation Store, the PlayStation Plus, or the PlayStation Premium, whatever it is. I think we pay like $150 a year. Yeah, we have like fucking every game ever made, bro. Like, I get tons of free games every month. I get like 3 or 4. I have a library of games on my PlayStation right now that I haven't fucking played half of them. So it's like, it's kind of the yin and the yang a little bit, but it's still like you're saying, for the stuff that you just want, like the wrestling game, WWE 2K25 just came out. It's the first WWE game that I haven't gotten as soon as it dropped. But it's because it's not $60. It's $60 for the standard edition. But if you want everything else that's worth having to have the fucking game, it's $150 fucking dollars, bro.
they get you when DLC started becoming more of a thing. It'd be like I remember reserving games, and I went to a couple midnight releases, right? And the reserving games, putting things like putting a down payment on like some games or whatever, that was beautiful, only because at the time I had 2 jobs, so I could justify doing that.
Yeah,
I could justify doing that. Now I have to be extremely careful when and how I buy something, especially when I'm trying to upgrade my stuff for work.
Yeah.
Right? So it just gotta be just cautious with my budget. But there's other ways to do that. That's why I'm okay with maybe one day when I finally get the console I want, finally get a few independent games out there that are really I want to give a shout out to all the indie developers out there, because some of the concepts are just so crazy. Plus I want to game with my girl. She's a big gamer. She's a big gamer, and her favorite game is Donkey Kong.
DLC. That's right.
They make exactly. They make money off the extra stuff.
That's right. Well, just like the movie theater. The movie theater makes money off of the fucking concession stands. It doesn't really make money off the movie. Yeah, it's the same shit, man. It's all the same shit, yo.
Same concept. Even with free-to-play games, they're free to play, but if you want to go,
you got to keep the subscription.
Keep the subscription, or you got to pay real world money to get certain weapons or certain upgrades.
That's right. Oh yeah, like Destiny and all those games. Yeah, for sure.
Fortnite and all that. Yeah. So
Fortnite, you can play for free. You can't get like any other things, but the thing I like about Fortnite is you can, if you play like how me and my wife play Fortnite a lot. Yeah. But if you play enough, you can win enough shit that you can go ahead and pretty much buy the stuff that you want without, you can't get like the crazy extra stuff, but they give you enough stuff if you like get the V-Bucks and you're able to just be whatever the hell they call it. I forgot. I don't know. That's her shit more than mine, but Fortnite's not that bad. Yeah, Fortnite makes money off their skins. They definitely do.
The skins. Every
Yeah, the
time I
skins.
see another Fortnite skin, because I'm not a Fortnite player, but I know plenty of people that are.
Yeah.
And every time I see these skins, I'm like, yo, this game is basically Ready Player One. Right? If you ever watch Ready Player One, you see all these you see all these other characters, all these other IPs in this one, in this one gaming world, and that's basically
Yeah.
what Fortnite has turned into. Like I
A good
never
ass
thought.
game, good ass movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Good ass
So,
movie.
yeah, there's some ups and downs with it, but I still want to play. I haven't really played games in years, and I'm itching to go back to come back.
Yeah. Come back, bro. They're good. I'm playing shit. Brian B playing. I'm wearing the shirt today, y'all. Go get it on Beeline store. Go grab one today, man. But yeah, bro, it's interesting, man, because we jumped into the video game talk because it is a form of media that I know as a kid, bro. Especially with PlayStation. Remember the square like plastic containers, and you were
Yep.
able to cases. You were able to get it, and you stack them all next to each other. They'd shine. It'd be the name of the game on the outside, and it was just nice, man. It was like shit was nice. It wasn't because you needed it, but at the same time, it's just like you said, everything does have an expiration. But look at this shit, bro. Just look at the caliber of like just being able to have like the library, the visual library. I have one now with all my DVDs and stuff like that. I have racks where I just keep all my shit. I can go pick a movie, which I never do. I don't fucking touch it. It's just presentation at this point. Because I can watch I can watch anything I want. With the click of a button. I'm gonna go to where
all you gotta do is know where it's being played. That's all. That's all.
it.
And if it's something that's not, because not everything's on streaming, but if it's something that's not on streaming, thanks to platforms like YouTube and people that know how to go to the high seas, you can find it no matter what.
For sure.
It's crazy,
Is that your collection? Nah, shit. I wish that was my collection. I wish that was my collection. I'll fucking have every single movie up there. My collection's pretty nice. I mean, y'all seen it. It used to be in the background of my stuff. But yeah. I stopped collecting movies just because, like you said, Kyle, earlier, it's just the price, man. Like, I don't got a lot of spare money to keep doing all that stuff, and shit costs money, man.
I think last movie, what was the last movie I even bought? Hold on. Last movie I bought was dang. Dang it. I want to say it was like 2019, 2020 was the last time I actually bought a physical movie.
That might have been around the same time for me too. I used to buy them from the pawn shops. I go to the pawn shops, they'd have them on deals for $1. That's where a lot of the collections that I got. I got a whole Aliens collection, Saw, Halloween, Chucky. All them shit's like $1, bro. Man, even I got like all of Smallville, like except for like 2 seasons. Every one of them, I think I got for like $2.
Most of my collection came from I used to call them treasure hunts. I would go to FYE, right? I would go to FYE. I'd go to the anime section, or I go to the used movie section, right? And just see what I can see what was there, or if I was trying to complete something, because now everything I'm watching anime wise is on streaming, most of it anyway.
Major pain.
Oh man,
Major pain.
Oh man,
that's my shit.
Major pain. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. Now you're making me want to watch it. But
yeah,
it's very I miss it. I'm glad we're in the age that we're at now, where things are more convenient. Sure, but there are things about it, there's things about it that I miss. And over here, my FYE they just shut down, right?
Bro, listen. That was one of my not first jobs, but I think FYE was my third job that I had, where I hated that. I thought I was gonna love that job, but I hated that fucking job. They were so. I remember this one manager I had, he was a dick. Like I left like one CD was out of the wrong place, or I put it down, and he was like, "Don't ever do that again." Like he was. I was like, "This motherfucker right here."
Oh my god,
mall worker.
Man, I met one of my best friends, still my best friend now. We met just one day at the anime, there used to be a giant wall of anime box sets and stuff right in the right in the center of FYE, right? And one day I'm talking to one of the employees who was a good friend of mine, right? And my boy just walks in and we just start talking. Next thing you know, I'm at his house. Like next thing you know, like I'm going to family dinners and stuff. And it was because of something we both had in common. That's where our friendship started. So
that's what we were talking about earlier about the physical connection. Like, because like we were talking about with the malls, with just remember the fun times of you. I mean, we talk about it all the time about like places like Blockbuster and we're losing a lot of that social environment, man. You literally we used to go to the mall, bro. The mall was the spot where you knew all the cute girls are gonna be. You go get some good food. You wouldn't even have nothing to do. You just go walk around the mall. You wouldn't shop. You wouldn't do any of this shit. And you just meet people. You see people from school, like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all meet up, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just like now, you go to a mall. I'm not saying that there's never anybody at a mall. I'm just saying like
no, but it's just not
nowhere near what
it was. No, it is not. It is not what it once was. And but like going around with it. Like when I was with my girlfriend and we were just going around the mall. We went to there was this Japanese food place called Sakura Japan, right? That's right in the just right at the food court. We looked at the food court. And some of the restaurants, some of the places were missing, including Burger King. I was like, wait a minute, because there used to be a Burger King right as you come in, and that's gone. But Sakura Japan is still there, so we got ourselves the special, right? And it was still like $5 for all that, for all that meat, all that chicken and rice and all that stuff. I'm like, okay. This hasn't changed. The only thing that's changed is now they're on the delivery apps.
There you go. Yeah. Listen, man, that was another thing. The food courts, bro. I mean, I worked. That was another thing for me. I remember as a kid because of movies, and we're about to talk about that in a second before we jump to the top five. But because of movies, man, I used to want a job in the mall so bad. Like before I, was old enough to get a job. Like I was like, all I want is a job in the mall. And then I was like, hey, Ty, me and my school friends would spend Saturdays just hanging in the arcade part of the mall cinema. Yes, in the movie theater in the mall. That was another spot. Like, we had AMC right outside of Jersey Gardens Mall in Elizabeth. But when I finally got my first job was Auntie Anne's Pretzels in the mall.
Oh, you used to work at the pretzel spot.
Yeah, man. That was my first fucking job ever. And then I was selling leather. I went from Auntie Anne's Pretzels to selling leather coats and shoes and shit. And fur coats and stuff. Like that was my second job of all time. Like, so I definitely really, really, I loved the mall environment my whole life. And it was because of, videos and movies and shit, bro. But
I hear you. I tried to get a job at I tried to get a job at the mall a couple times. Tried to get a job at the GameStop. I even had a connection there and didn't get it. Tried, didn't get it. I got denied. I got straight up denied a Hot Topic job. Right. I got the
black ass out of here.
I got the interview. Check it out. I got the interview. Right. And this was like Hot Topic turned into more of a nerdy place. Before it was the gothic wallet chain.
That's right.
Else, right.
That's right.
Right.
Yep. You had to have black clothes and black eyeliner, or you couldn't go in that motherfucker. Like Hot Topic was dark with smoke coming out of it. Like
exactly. Mine had the gate, the black gate with the torches at the outside, right? And the
like Halloween store
text on the So I tried to get a job at Hot Topic when it was still that, right?
Yeah.
I get the interview and I get denied because at the time I didn't have any tattoos. And they were trying
piercings and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, they were trying to uphold a certain image. And I did not if I got my first tattoo when I was 18 years old. If he had just held out for like a few more months, I would have had the tattoo. I would have had a tattoo.
For real, man.
But then I tell one of my best friends, and they're like, "No offense, but you're more of an Old Navy person than a hot."
They just kept it real with you, Kyle. It was like, listen, you're not fit for this environment. It's the fucking mall, bro. Like, calm down. Take your job too seriously.
Like, I was already in retail and a freaking grocery store. You don't think I can sell somebody a wallet chain and a I love anime headband? What the heck?
I'll tell you, you don't even gotta sell the shit. Just sell the self. People walk in and get it. But yeah, it's funny, bro. Hot Topic, Spencer's. Remember how exciting Spencer's was when you were a kid?
Man.
You know you was looking at sex toys and shit. And you didn't even know why. Like, it was just there. Yeah.
I got my first fedora at a Spencer's.
Really?
I bought
Spencer's was shit. I love Spencer's.
I bought it for a Halloween costume, right? I was putting a Halloween costume together, and I was like, I need a hat. Saw that they had fedoras in there. I was like, and I was wearing a skull. I was wearing a skull mask. I was like, oh shoot, this is simple, but it's effective.
Yeah, for real.
I got some elements that day.
Yeah, man. That's probably dope. That's probably some dope shit right there. But guys, listen, I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. I mean, at the end of the day, me and Kyle are just kind of venting, bro, because if you're from our era, man, like, places like the mall, places like, being able to get, your CDs and your movies and your DVDs, these are things that you love, bro. Like, you see it now. Like, one of the awesome things about our generation, man, we come from we are the last generation to know what it is to experience the world without technology. And when I say without technology, I mean, like, the latest technology we have now, phones in your pockets and computers on you at all times, basically, and shit like that, or whatever.
Everything before it was digitized.
Everything before it was digital, bro, because we did grow up in, when we were kids, we were listening to fucking cassette tapes. We were watching VHSs. That shit didn't come till later. Even DVDs didn't come out until like 95, 96 or whatever. So before that, we were watching, old school shit. Yeah. And we didn't know any of this stuff until until we started getting older. And now that we're older, like, we're seeing our kids grow up and never experienced, our kids are never going to experience really going to the mall, going into these social environments that build a lot of character, man. I'm not going to lie, bro. Like you just said, Kyle, like, you walk into a Hot Topic store, and even though it's kind of crazy that they just fucking dismissed you, but like, it kind of showed you where your element was a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it showed you, like, this is different than me. Like, than somebody else who follows that culture, maybe a little closer. Oh, this is I'm accepted here. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird, man. But it's a lot of balance.
Like, when you see the subcultures around certain stores, like Forever 21. I could not see myself working at a place like that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I could not see myself working at a place like that. I tried working for Sears. I sabotaged my whole interview by telling too much. You know what I'm saying?
Talk too much.
They
get too much info.
They said, what is one of your weaknesses? I told them I was scatterbrained.
I was trying to be super honest.
I was being too honest.
Get out of here.
Too honest.
That's funny as hell, yo. We need to, I was thinking there's a topic, there's another show that I really want to do. I don't know if I'm going to do it on an entertainment show or I'm going to do it on the web show. Yeah. But I want to do a show about firsts. All first job, first kiss, first crush, first movie. I really want to do that. I feel like it'd be good for the entertainment show, but I feel like I don't know, man. We're gonna see. We're gonna talk about it. But first, man, I think that'd be awesome. First cell phone, first person. I think that might be able to be like a series. I don't know. We're gonna think about that. That's really good.
Dude, my brain is hatching ideas.
There you go.
Yeah,
let's go, man.
Yeah, we will
definitely talk about it. Guys, this is the entertainment show, so of course, with this awesome topic, we're gonna definitely leave you with some things to watch that you may have never seen. Like I said, I was talking about like malls, and you've seen a lot of stuff in the malls, like a lot of movies had a lot of culture, And this is one of them, Clueless. And I don't know if you ever watched Clueless before. Alicia Silverstone, one of the most popular movies back in the day in the 90s, As If, all that shit or whatever, you know.
Rolling with the homies.
Rolling with the homie. Yeah, a lot of people got their start in that movie too. You saw you know, the guy from I don't know his name, bro. Sorry. But the black guy from Scrubs, you know, he was in there, Stacey Dash, you know, you had a bunch of people that was in Clueless. Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd got his start. Yeah, besides that Nintendo commercial or whatever he was in. Yeah, he was the brother, the stepbrother or whatever in Clueless. But yeah, definitely Clueless. But my 3 picks that I got that I want you guys to check out is going to be this one right here. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. Mallrats, baby. I hope that you guys know Mallrats. It is, of course, you know, one of the classics of Mr. Kevin Smith. You know Kevin Smith, you know Jay and Silent Bob. Fucking hilarious, bro. This is from you know, Jersey Life right here. This is my people. But yeah, this stars Jason Lee, as well as Shannon Doherty was in this, Michael Rourke, people that even Stan Lee had a cameo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Ben Affleck. There's so many people in this awesome movie, bro. I love this movie. Not for kids, you know, I'm definitely a little bit more raunchy, but a really funny, just like fun movie that you can kind of just experience. And it definitely gives you the mall experience. Like, there's no doubt about it. Like, everything about it.
Nice.
A lot of fun if you want to have a easy watch. You know, find it somewhere. I don't know where it's playing. Amazon, Xfinity, whatever you got, you'll find it somewhere. Of course, another one. If we're talking about mall movies, we cannot leave out Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Okay.
What a great one, bro. This is a great one for sure. Like, remember when this came out, man? Of course, like, you know, Kevin James, awesome Kevin James. We all knew him from, like, you know, King of Queens and you know that was mostly it. King of Queens was like his thing.
That was pretty. Like, anytime you saw it, but after King of Queens, because his homeboy is Adam Sandler, right? Any any Adam Sandler movie and any Happy Madison movie, you will either see him or you will see David Spade or any of those, you know,
Rob Schneider.
Even Chris Rock. You will see them either one or a few of them in the movies together. And Paul Blart is a family film.
It's really good. It's a really good movie.
I haven't seen number 2 yet.
Me neither. I started watching it and I just couldn't get into it, bro. I didn't give it enough of a chance though. I heard people said it was really good. So
you know what I actually liked a little more though, and it's very simple, but it's another Kevin James joint. Here Comes the Boom, where he becomes an MMA.
That was actually really good. Yeah, when he was the MMA fighter. Yeah, that was actually really good. I like that too. He was Bass Rutten was training them and stuff like that. Amazing fucking fight.
Salma Hayek was his love interest.
Ooh, what a love interest. Yeah. Oh yeah, great choice. But yeah, to wrap up the mall movies, guys, probably my favorite mall movie of all time. Probably one of my favorite concepts for this genre as well. And if you know, you know. If you don't, you're about to know. Dawn of the Dead, baby. Yes.
Okay. Wow.
My favorite zombie movie probably of all time, bro. How can you get it wrong? It's literally the zombie apocalypse and a group of people wind up in a shopping mall. Like, you couldn't be any luckier. Like I would never try to leave if I ended up in the shopping mall. But
is she pregnant?
Course, yeah, this one is actually the remake. This came out, I believe, in around 2009 or maybe earlier than that, 5 or some shit. The remake is actually really good. The remake was incredible with Ving Rhames. You had Mekhi Phifer, you know, a bunch of other people that was up in there. But really, really good movie. They had a bunch of callbacks from the original. The original came out in 1978, and if you follow, you know, George A. Romero, of course, he did Night of the Living Dead, and then it was Night of the Living Dead. Then it was Dawn of the Dead, and after Dawn of the Dead, it was Day of the Dead, and all of them are phenomenal. Amazing zombie movies, bro. You have to check them out. They are incredible. Really, really good genre, bro. But yeah, these guys are stuck in a mall. You know, it's 2 cops and guy flies a helicopter and the mall, and the zombies are in the mall. The zombies are like blue. There's weird aqua color as well. Like they're not fucking. Yeah, it's really weird, bro. Kyle, listen, this is well, I know you don't really do this the horror, but
My
bro,
girlfriend does.
if you want to check out a zombie flick, bro, listen,
Mm.
Dawn of the Dead is the classic. They stuck in a mall, bro. It's like, yeah, and it's just like, they're living their life. They got a mall, and then you see them deal with whatever they got to deal with as it comes up. But yeah, guys, go check it out, man. Those are Brian B's recommendations since we're talking about like malls and get your little nostalgia feelings and stuff like that. And of course, check out Jay and Silent Bob, man. Jay and Silent Bob are awesome, man. Big shout out to Kevin James. I would love to have them on the show, just to talk with them and pick their brains. They seem like
that would be dope because one of his
that would be
movies
incredible,
about to
right?
get another screening. He got he got his the rights to Dogma back, right?
Oh man, that was another good one.
About to do select screenings. I have never seen Dogma.
I did, yeah.
So I'm hoping that it hits my theater or somewhere close because I'd really like to see it on screen.
Yeah, shout out to Kevin James. I love fucking comic book, man. I've loved a lot of stuff. Clerks 2, Clerks 3.
The animated show for Clerks.
That's right.
The animated show came on all the time. Adult Swim.
Man, listen, I would definitely love to check that one out. But yeah, shout out to them, man. Amazing. All right, guys, listen, that was a great conversation, man. It was definitely a lot to talk about. Yeah, we're gonna miss it, man. I mean, stuff we grew up with, we know. I mean, of course, there's gonna be something different as time goes on. Will it be as great? Who the fuck knows? Like, we'll be old by then. Like, we ain't got to worry about it. Ain't nothing we can do about that anymore. But oh, this is some bullshit. All right, guys, listen, it's about that time. We are an hour in, so we're going to go ahead and jump into the top 5, baby. We got new graphics, guys. Top 5. Tonight's top 5, if I haven't told you already, which I'm pretty sure I did, you just weren't listening. But here it is. We are going to be talking about fictional weapons, baby. All right, so there's no rules for this, really. It's just, what are your top 5 fictional weapons that you would love to have? That's it. Plain and simple. We're going to go in and we're going to start 5-1. Kyle, I'll go ahead and start us off. Number 5 for Brian B. Let me get to my pictures. Hold up. Let me make sure I get it too. I'm just going to make sure I got it right. All right. Number 5 for me. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Wolverines. Adamantium claws. That's me right here, bro. I definitely am interested in having Wolverines. You want to sleep, baby? Good night, baby. Wolverines adamantium claws, bro. I would definitely love. Now, I'm gonna be the critics and shit real quick. I'm gonna be the critics and shit real quick. Ready? Well, what about when do you have the healing power because they all have to come out and blah 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 blah. Yes, I got it all, bro. It comes with the package. Adamantium is on his bones and it comes, blah, blah, I would have the whole shit. But even if I just had the blades that come out my hands, I would love it, bro. Baraka.
He did have the bone claws, you know. So
I would want the adamantium though. That would be the weapon that I would choose if I have a choice. Because you ain't gonna break my bones and I gotta fight with fucking nothing now.
Right? Even if you do have a healing factor, it still would be like, oof.
Yeah, have your bones broken and shit. But yeah, I definitely would take Wolverine. It's always been the coolest, one of the coolest weapons out of everybody of all the X-Men. Even though X-Men have incredible abilities, Wolverine got these sharp ass claws that come out of his hands. And he kicks ass with them. I love it. So yeah, Wolverine's claws for me is number 5. All right, Kyle, you got a number 5. What you got, bro?
Lightsaber.
The lightsaber, bro. How the fuck? I should have had a whole bunch of pictures queued up.
The lightsaber. The lightsaber. I had remember, like I felt like every generation since that movie came out had their own version of the lightsaber because they kept coming out with different. And me and my sister, we both had a green and red, right?
Yeah.
Played for both light and dark side, and it was just a good time getting the hearing the sound effects. And seeing it glow. There was other ones that came out that were better, but still, like this, it was beautiful. It was
remember the ones that you have, and they would come out like a tunnel, like a tube.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah. That was the cheap shit, but like you said, they were fun as hell. I had that too. We didn't have all the money to go and buy the fucking real flashlight one or whatever. Nah, yeah, we had the one. sword out, and then you fight. And like you said, the sound was the best part.
The sound was the best part.
That was the greatest part.
The best part. And whoever got the Darth Maul double-wielded one, the double-sided one, oh man. Don't challenge them.
In Walmart right now, when I was at Walmart, we were in the kid. Every time I take the kids to Walmart, I take them to the kids section because I know how fun it used to be in the toy section when I was a kid. So I don't deny the kids. I'm never that parent. I love the toy section. But when we were there the last time, they had listen, it was like they were like $6. I don't know why the fuck I didn't buy it, but you get 2 lightsabers or whatever. Each one was like $6, and then you could take them and you can connect them at the bottom and make them like the Darth Maul. And they were nice, bro. They lit up and shit. Yeah, I would play with them.
Man,
they were fire,
me
bro.
too. Me too.
Yeah, they were fire. Lightsaber. Damn, I thought that'd be higher, man. I've been telling people about this episode, and they've been telling me their damn weapons. But lightsaber.
You were not making this easy, bro. I had 2 weeks to decide. I had 2 weeks. Okay, and you were not making this easy.
Yeah, man. We gonna talk some shit. We definitely gonna talk some shit on this one. All right, that's number 5. Kyle got a lightsaber. I got Wolverine's claws. All right, we're going to war. All right, let's go ahead and jump into number 4. Now, listen, I know ain't nobody probably even thought of this. I'm telling you right now, I'm definitely gonna win. All right, ready?
Let's go.
We got the neuralizer from Men in Black, baby.
I was debating on whether to put that on my.
That's right. This is one of the ones that I'm telling you right now, you don't think about it, but you know how powerful this fucking tool is right here, bro.
Wipe someone's memory and you just make up a new one.
Make up a brand new one. You the president,
like,
you
can't
anybody.
Use it in battle, but I will count it. I will count
Hey, listen, put your glasses on and just walk up to the battle like, hey, everybody, bam, 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 and you good.
Yeah, everybody.
Set it back years, months.
Oh man. Oh yeah. I don't know if you've ever seen the Men in Black animated series, but
I did. Oh yeah, the cartoon back in the day.
Do you remember that the Statue of Liberty's torch was a neuralizer?
Oh yeah, that's right. They did that in the movie too.
Oh my god!
When everybody got when everybody saw the alien and stuff. I think it was with the Statue of Liberty.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, bro. Yeah, Men in Black was. You know, it was weird. I remember going to the movie theaters to watch Men in Black when it first came out, and I watch it now, and fucking awesome movie. But for some reason, I remember back in the day, everybody was saying that it was bad. Like everybody was saying it was like everybody was like, "Oh, it's not that good." I remember, or maybe it was just my parents, but I remember a lot of people were saying it. And I watch it now, and I'm like, "The movie is awesome."
I watched it all the time when my aunt had the tape. I watched it all the time with where I was a Will Smith fan too, but like the movie itself was dope. Honestly, I just did not like. I'm not a fan of Men in Black 2, right? Because the way Men in Black 1 ended, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, we need to get K back, but that's not how you ended it off. We could save that for 3,
Yeah.
That's why I kind of preferred the animated series because they gave Elle more to do. You know what I'm saying? She was still a mortician in a way, but she was out in the field doing her thing, and then we saw different perspectives from different agents. And I wish the sequel movies were more like that. I mean, number 3 was cool. Number 2.
Did you like the one with Thor and fucking what's his name? Chris Hemsworth and what's his name? Leah Thomas or whatever.
I did not see it. I did not see it. And
it was okay, bro. It wasn't horrible, but it was just different. It wasn't horrible. It was just different without Will and them in it. But yeah, I mean, the neuralizer was always one of my favorite. I remember the first time I saw that shit, I wanted it. I was like, what? I can just put my stuff on and just do whatever and say something to somebody. Yeah, so that's definitely number 4 in my book. All right, let's go ahead and jump into number 4 for you, Kyle.
Yeah, number 4 for me are Wolverine's claws.
Wolverine. All right, so we got number 4.
The adamantium claws to me were always the coolest growing up. This is before I knew that it's part of his power set, but it's not part of his mutation. You know,
that's right. Yeah,
but still, like seeing those claws come out and him just slicing up people. That was that was always a highlight watching the X-Men cartoon or reading reading the comic, and then later on when the movies came out and they put him front and center,
Yeah, for
seeing
sure,
those
for sure.
things and seeing those things in live action.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah, really was really good. I think people forgot. I saw a TikTok earlier where they were showing like when Rebecca Romaine Stamos was getting the makeup done for Mystique, and
Oh, the full body paint.
yeah, man, and
Yeah.
like it's crazy. Like you don't think about it, but it was weird because I think a lot of times we forget, especially because we know that there's like digital stuff out there and there's this and that. She was sitting in that room with all them people. They had masks on. She had a pillow over her face. She just ass naked, just sitting here, getting sprayed down or whatever. Night,
And
my baby.
that's the weird. Oh.
Go ahead, go get some sleep. She was trying
That's
to take
the weird thing about that version of Mystique, because she had in the comics, she had clothes on.
She had clothes on.
She had clothes on. So I don't know why they had to go with the full. I mean, I'm not complaining, but I don't know why they had to go with the full. It's the mixed feelings about it now.
I know why.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Rebecca Romaine Stamos, she was fine back. Woo, man, she probably still. I haven't seen her in a while, but that girl was fine. I didn't even know about her until I saw Mystique.
But it's crazy because imagine you're the makeup artist, right?
Oh,
and you gotta put different shades of blue on her, and you don't that this is for the this is for the movie, but they're like, wait a minute, couldn't we give her she was wearing boots and a cape and all that stuff, right? And they're like, no, she's basically a henchman. We're just gonna have her blue. That's it. Blue.
Yeah, it stood out. It definitely stood out because I think when it got to, I don't know, when they did Jessica Lawrence's, I don't know how much of hers, if she had to go through the same process.
She had to go through a little bit of it, but by the next one, she was like, I ain't doing that. That's why you saw the sequel to that one. She was barely in her mutant form.
Yeah, she was always like herself. Yeah.
Whereas before, the whole thing was be yourself.
I can imagine. Bro. Even Ben Affleck. I just saw an interview with Ben Affleck when he was talking about doing Batman. And he was, I've heard a bunch of people say Alicia Silverstone had said she didn't like the Batgirl costume. But they say you can't breathe in the shit. They say it's ridiculously hot.
Tight freaking leather. Why do you think the nipples look so hard?
I got a couple reasons for that one. All right, yo, let's go ahead before this conversation get crazy. All right, so we got number 4. We had Neuralizer and Wolverine's Claws. All right, we getting down. I'm surprised we matched. I thought we were going to be different on a bunch of these.
Oh, we might in these next few ones, yeah.
Yeah, the next few ones we might get a couple. All right, so we got number 3. Here we go. I'm going to show the picture first. Number 3 is very specific too because there's different versions of this, but we got the Batmobile.
Okay.
From Arkham Knight, baby.
Now you were very specific with this one. You had it,
bro. I had to be because if I would have just said the Batmobile, there's way multiple versions. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't be able to claim it as a weapon, I don't think, if I didn't specify the one from Arkham Knight. Now, anybody who has played Batman Arkham Knight, you understand that this is not just a car. When I tell you, when I played Batman Arkham Knight and I played this shit 50, 60, 70,000 times, it's almost like a pet. It's almost like literally like everything you do, you're able to basically Batman has the remote control and this car comes and shoots guys for you from a distance and pulls elevators and does all of this shit. Basically, it's like your pet. At one point, it like saves you from the damn, guy who got you trapped in and stuff like that. So yeah, it's definitely a weapon. And one of the most phenomenal cars of all time, in my opinion. So yep, the Batmobile from Arkham Knight is definitely my pick for number 3.
Good one.
All right, Kyle.
Yep.
What you got, bro?
For number 3 is the Keyblade from Kingdom Hearts.
Keyblade. I know that. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts is my shit, yo.
Man, look, number 1, that Keyblade is very versatile because it has different, depending on where you're, where you're going, what world you're going to, it has different forms. So in different forms, can different things, they can do different things. and it's opening not only doors, it's opening keys to different worlds. Like it's opening different worlds up. Like that is nuts. And you see Mickey Mouse with his version of it. You see Sora with his. It is just and then the Keyblade War, when they decided to make it a whole like, everybody get these Keyblades and just go to town. I'm like, yeah. See, that is something that I will always, plus I always liked the design. It was a simple design at first, and then they got more elaborate with, the worlds and everything. So I got it.
Upgrades. Yeah. It's a good weapon. Definitely a good weapon. I definitely agree. Like you did it justice. I remember when I first got, I was telling this story whenever I talk about Kingdom Hearts. I went into Toys R Us. I went to it was Toys R Us, and I think I got a game, and I wanted a different game. And if I'm not mistaken, it might have been like Grand Theft Auto or some shit. But they gave me Kingdom Hearts, and I had no idea what this game was, bro. And I brought it back to Toys R Us.
You went on the complete opposite of the spectrum there.
I had no idea what the game was, bro. I was not even interested. I was like, damn, I don't know what the hell this is. I want some other shit, right? Exactly. I was playing stuff like, Grand Theft Auto and Devil May Cry. It was around that time too.
Yeah.
So I went to Toys R Us and I saw the guy and I was like, yo, I wanted to return this and I wanted to see if I can get a different game. And he told me, he was like, yo, you can't do that, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if it was open. I don't even remember. But I remember the guy at the counter, he was like, yo, listen, man, you should check this game out. This is actually a really good game.
Really good game.
And when he said that, I took it home and I was like, all right, man, I guess I'm stuck with it. So let me fucking check it out. And I didn't know it was Disney. I didn't know it was any of that. I had no idea it was any of that stuff. And phenomenal mistake.
When I first got it, it was already like a year or so old. So I got it in the PlayStation Classics collection because I had seen the commercials and everything, but I couldn't afford it at the time. I was living with my grandmother. I didn't have my system, so couldn't really get into it like that. But then when I finally picked up the first game and heard that soundtrack, right?
Yeah.
And then later on learned about, because Disney did not promote the game or anything like Squid.
I don't remember a commercial or anything for that shit, bro.
They barely, like, it has their stamp on it. It was not their idea, right? But still, they should. I'm like, this wasn't a adaptation of one of their Disney afternoon shows turned into a game. It was a whole other thing, a whole new IP, and you barely promoted it, Disney. What's up?
Real.
And that soundtrack is stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Okay. I got into the artist Hikaru Utada, who made Simple and Clean, who made all these other songs. And because of this game, and not to mention, I'm a Disney head. Very nostalgic for me.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I liked about it too. Like it was the nostalgia of the different worlds and stuff like that. You're able to fight with like the Lion King and Hercules in the Coliseum. Like the stages were phenomenal.
That was one of my favorite battles.
Yeah, it was a fucking amazing game. Man. Yeah, it was an amazing game, bro. Yep. Okay, so the Keyblade, that's a good one. That was one that completely went over my head. I didn't think of that at all. All right, so we got number 3 down. We got the Batmobile from Arkham Knight and the Keyblade. Oh, these are pretty good so far. Pretty good. I can't wait for the audience to start chiming in. Y'all got to get y'all picks, man. But all right, we're on the top 2 now. Top 2. Here's my number 2. Guys, ready? Here we go. It's gonna be a good one. Boom! Y'all know what that is. What's that right there?
Oh, shoot.
The Green Lantern's ring, baby. That's right.
I'm actually surprised.
I would take Hal Jordan's ring and I would use the will and make whatever the hell I want. I don't even know how he's not like the strongest, greatest character.
You just need will and a good imagination, and for everything. That, and then you good. The skies are the limit.
Sky's the limit, literally, bro. It's like one of the greatest, in my opinion, one of the greatest tools that you can have at your disposal, man. You should be able to do a lot. I mean, against Superman and I guess Darkseid and stuff, but still, like you can still have a variety of things that you can do. Shield yourself, protection, fly. Like there's a lot you can do with the Green Lantern ring, bro. And phenomenal weapon. Always enjoyed it. Always enjoyed like the combat in the games when I'm playing Injustice and stuff like that. It's like, dude is fucking phenomenal. Got guns, got everything. But yep, Green Lantern's ring, number 2. All right, Kyle, what you got? We almost had number 1.
Mine is the same.
No way, no.
For real.
We doing all shit. We working together too much.
God. I didn't think there was gonna be so much overlap tonight. But
that's crazy. Me too. I thought people were gonna be picking a whole bunch of different stuff.
Same spot, man.
There we go.
And I even dressed up as Green Lantern one year for Halloween.
Oh, okay.
I'm a skinny guy. That Halloween costume had nothing but muscles on it. It was the Ryan Reynolds. It was the Ryan Reynolds version, and it looked like the costume ate me. Okay, it looked like the costume ate me. Now it did not come with a ring. I had to buy the ring separately.
Oh, that's a cop out.
It did not come with the ring. I had to buy the ring separately, and everyone except for my friends knew who I was. Like I was at my best friend's Halloween party. His parents had no idea. They were like, "Oh, you're green. Are you the Hulk?" I'm like, "No,
you're Power Ranger. What the fuck?
No,
villain?
No." And then I remember I put a picture on Facebook, and people were like, they were laughing at me. Some people said I looked okay, but the costume plus me did not fit. But it was a fun time anyway.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right, Green Lantern. Yeah, that's awesome. So we connected on that shit. Green Lantern's ring is definitely up there. That's number 2 too, bro. We did good with that one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Green Lantern's ring is definitely up there. All right, guys. Grand finale. Everybody ready? I'm telling you right now, nobody got me on this one. All right, number 1. My number 1 weapon that I would definitely choose if I had the ability or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Tell me I lost.
Okay, I did not see that coming.
Aladdin, the lamp, baby. I want the genie.
Wow. I honestly did not see that coming.
I want the lamp. Who you think I'm and listen, bro, let me tell you something. Do you think I'm gonna be like Jafar and set my you gonna set me up to get stuck in? Nah, bro. I got 3 wishes. I'm gonna use them shits to become the most powerful fighter ever, richest, everything. Those 3 wishes are gonna be the greatest things that ever give the ability, and I'm gonna have everything.
Oh, wow.
I literally the lamp. Yep. If I had 1 option, give me the lamp because I know I got 3 more with that lamp.
That's
without a doubt.
Bro. That's a good one because that came to feel. I did not see that coming.
Yes, sir. I had to get y'all, man. I'd been shocked. And, it took me some, like you said, it took me some time to really figure that out. I went through a bunch. There was some honorable mentions in there. Definitely the lightsaber. Definitely Blade Sword was also up there on my. I love Blade Sword just because I just like it. I always liked his sword. But all right, Kyle. Got Aladdin's lamp. We got to get your last and final pick. You ready?
Okay. You went magic. I went sci-fi, and I gotta choose the sonic screwdriver from Doctor Who.
Woo! Sonic screwdriver. Okay, I would have to even see that because I don't even know what the hell it is. Sonic screwdriver.
So yeah. So there's different. You'll see it, and there's different versions of it, right? But basically, it is a tool that can, it can scan, people's bodies. It can reverse the polarity of things. It can shut down and reboot technology. It can do a bunch of things. You know what I'm saying? Now so the person who uses this, the doctor, depending on what version of him he is, he's not a physical fighter. But it all depends on which version of it, because he regenerates. Every time he regenerates, his personality and everything changes. His look and everything changes. His skills change. But the sonic screwdriver, I don't know when it was introduced because Doctor Who has been a thing since like the 1960s. But each one of the doctors has their own version of the screwdriver, and it can do like different things if needed. You know what I'm saying? I got introduced to it back in like 2011, And yeah, I was like, this is actually a really, a really dope tool, and it can be weaponized, you know.
Yeah.
So I had to put that up there. Like I said, you did not make this easy for me, man. Because I was
no, that's good. Shit, I never would have guessed that. I didn't even know about it. You just introduced me to a weapon right there. I started watching Doctor Who. I tried to a little bit after Cobra Kai because they had said something about it on Cobra Kai. I was like, let me check out Doctor Who. I'm hearing stuff about it. I was looking for a show to get into.
Yeah.
And I started with the very, very first one. It was on like the BBC channel, I guess. And it was like really old school, bro. Like 2003.
Oh, you start. Oh, okay.
I went all the way back. Yeah.
Okay. Because if you started from the way back, that's like 1963 or 5. That was when would be.
Yeah. Now that you said that.
They didn't know what they wanted to do with the show. They didn't know if they wanted it to be like educational for kids or more on the more on the sci-fi part of things, and but when they brought it back like years later, it joint's been on for decades at this point.
That's crazy. Right? I definitely didn't know that at all, but that's awesome to know.
Canon, everything's canon, and that's I think that's the hard part of a show like this, to try and keep the continuity, to make things make sense, even with something that's that old but that beloved.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. All right, guys, that's our top 5 fictional weapons, baby. That was awesome. That was definitely awesome.
That was really good.
Yeah, I like these. I love the top 5s. And Beeline, I want to shout out to you guys and say this. Hey, if you guys have any ideas for top 5s you want to hear me and Kyle run down, or if you guys want to leave it in the comments as well, please feel free to send us a message. You can hit us up on Facebook or TikTok, whatever, man. Whatever you guys got. You watch us on YouTube. You leave them in the comments underneath the channel right now. But listen, guys, it's been another great episode. Kyle, I want to thank you, of course, for coming back. I got some good news for you guys. I'm pretty positive that I'm gonna pretty much be here every single Thursday unless something happens. Yeah, we're back on a constant mission, bro. Like, we want to have an episode every week at this point. The Beyond 11:30, we just wrapped up our season finale today. So Thursdays, yeah, for sure, man. Thursdays we are fully back. Kyle, you got anything you want to shout out before we wrap up for the night?
Shout out to my people. Shout out to everybody that we've worked with doing this podcast thing, and definitely check out A for Abled. I got new episodes. Coming. My friends and I go over what we've had to go through with our own personal health care, and how many hoops we've had to jump through just to get respected and get and try to get some help.
Yeah, that's an interesting conversation.
It's crazy. I got people and I got people with conditions I've never even thought of coming up, and it's just, man, it's gonna be a very interesting time, especially with the times that we're living in now. So definitely check out A for Able on YouTube, on Spotify, wherever you get your podcast fixed. And I will catch you on the next one.
Sounds good, man. Really, really appreciate you, bro. Yeah, hope you guys had a great time. Beeline, we're going to be back next week. I'm not too sure what the show's going to be, but I know I do want to talk about some up-and-coming stuff because we definitely got some trailers dropping. We're hitting summertime. We got some movies that are coming out, some movies that are out already. And, of course, man, we got WrestleMania season. So, hey, guys, I want to let you know, if you guys are wrestling fans watching over from Straight Through the Ropes, I'm going live tomorrow. This weekend is going to be an extremely busy weekend. I will be up at 1 o'clock in the morning live on watching the Hall of Fame. And then, of course, before that, we'll be watching SmackDown. And then, of course, after that, I'll be waking up Saturday to watch Stand and Deliver and then WrestleMania. It's going to be a really busy weekend, but I'm looking forward to it, man. So, listen. Oh, we also going to be having a Cartoon Showdown coming up. Within these next couple episodes. I really enjoyed the last one, so I want to get a couple people and have a couple new people come in here, and we're doing another Cartoon Showdown. It was a lot of fun last time too.
Excellent.
But listen, man, until next time, we're gonna tell you, stay true, stay positive, pay attention, and make sure you go follow us, man, because we definitely coming back and we running strong with it. Guys, have a great night. Peace.